Hey guys, I'm Deepthi Desikan and today's video I'm going to be starting off like this with no makeup on my face, no moisturizer, no nothing. I thought, okay, why not? What's the harm in that? Because this is how I am all the time. So yeah, anyways, okay, I don't know why I wore such a big hoop right now because imagine I'm like blending everything and it just gets stuck in this. I have a toothache, only a ear pain is missing. Yeah. Anyways, I have a couple of new makeup products to talk to you guys about. I have new brushes, I have some concealer palettes from Insight Cosmetics, which you guys asked me to pick up. So these are all new makeup products that I don't want to miss out on, and I think you guys want me to try this out and you don't want to miss out on this either. So today we're going to be starting off with base makeup first because I have a couple of new base products I want to try out and I'm actually really super excited for that. So firstly, I will be prepping my skin with my Bioderma moisturizer. I'm almost out of this. I want to empty this up. I already have a backup. Yeah. Just see how beautifully this glides on. Perfect for people with dry skin. My skin was going through some things, It was not any new product that I tried out. I think it was hormonal, like my period was all way off and I was just not eating very healthy. Usually I'm someone who actually cares about what goes into my body. I'm very, very careful of that. The past couple of months, I was just working all the time and I was not bothered, and I didn't care about my meals and outcome of that. Certainly. So then now for primer, we have the NY Bae Pore Primer. This is an orange color correcting primer, which I am intrigued with and I want to try it out. And I think K-Beauty has one like this. I think even LA Girl has one like this. So I just want to try this one out and see if it actually even works. All these, color correcting primers, because if it works, it's great, right? And it's also really affordable. Oh, I hate these things. My hands are so slippery. Okay, this one is priced at 249 rupees and just going to be taking this much. Okay, I think that's a good amount. Okay, it has a very nice silicone texture to it, so I feel like it is a little pore filling, but I don't think it like corrected anything apart from just making my face look a little bit like smooth. Yeah, I don't think it's a very color correcting primer. I'm going to be taking a little bit more just to see and using it around my mouth because that's where I have most of the pigmentation. It has a good slip to it, but I think it did correct my skin to an extent. Like it is a little color correcting, but of course it's not going to give you the color correction that a concealer is going to give. And then we have the NY Bae Pro Strobe Cream. This one is in the gold variant and this one retails for 249 rupees. So this also was highly requested on my channel to try out. If only I can open these things. I'm actually opening it with my top. This is how it looks like, very similar to the way the MAC Strobe Cream looks. Smooth. When you blend it out, it has that gold reflex. Okay, I feel like it adds a nice glow to the skin without it being too shimmery. And it's like just quite similar to the MAC Strobe Cream. Yeah, no chunky glitter particles, nothing of that sort. Very smooth, finely milled shimmer. Nothing you can see like very stark on your skin. Then for color correction, I have these two palettes right here. I picked up the Insight Concealer Contour and Corrector palette. I got these in two shades. I got it in medium and deep just to see what is the color difference and if I could recommend it to people with deeper skin tones as well. So this is the medium palette, which is quite dark for medium itself, I feel like. This is for deep skin, this one, and this is for medium skin. You can see it looks quite similar, like it's just a tone darker than this one, and I feel like if you are like light medium skin tone, this palette would not work for you. So for color correction, I'm going to be using the medium palette itself because I feel like otherwise it's a little too dark. So I'm going to be taking the shade right here, which doesn't seem like a corrector shade, but we'll see. Okay, that's quite orange. These have like a very oil slick to it. I wonder how it would work for people with oily skin. Like if I were to show it to you guys on the pan, you can see like, look at that. Can you see that? I feel like that was a good color correction. It was not too much. It's not too orange, not too intense. And so now we're going to be opening this box right here where the Mars Cosmetics pack of 6 brushes. This retails for 1099, but I saw this on Amazon for 799 rupees. So you get 6 brushes for 799, which is an amazing price deal. I feel like this brand has been coming out with some really interesting launches, and I have been intrigued with this. This was sent to me by the brand, by the way. I didn't pick this one up. I just concealed everywhere. There's a little bit of darkness on my face as well. And now for foundation, I have this NY Bay Dewy Drops Liquid Foundation. I'm just praying that this is the right shade for me. So I got this one in the shade 6 Mocha, and this is what the foundation looks like. It's a really nice glass bottle, and this retails for 229 rupees. Super affordable, and you get 30 ml of product. So I just picked up this shade, like just guessing it. Why is there nothing coming out? You guys, my foundation is like not of a runny consistency. It's quite thick, and I'm not able to get the foundation out. Damn. So I just took it in a brush. Looks like a pretty good match. So to blend this, on one side I'm going to be using the NY Base sponge. So this one came in this tiny box for 199 rupees, and you can find this on discount as well. But when you wet it, it gets to this size. So I like this sponge, and this is made in India, by the way, not China, and it's doing a really good job. It's not too squishy, but it's not too dense as well. And this foundation is blending seamlessly. It's a pretty good match, even though I just guessed my shade. And then to blend it on this side, I'm going to be using this flat top kabuki brush. The brush is really good as well. Foundation blended out really well, irrespective of if you're using a sponge or a brush. And even the brush is really good. It's not at all streaky, and it's just so good for the price, you guys. Oh my god, amazing. It's a perfect shape and looks really good. So I'm just going to try to build on that foundation just a little bit from whatever is left over in the brush, just wherever I need it, just on my cheek, to see how much more coverage I can get. Impressed, super impressed. Now for a concealer, on one side I'm going to be using the Insight HD concealer. I got this one in the shade MN20, and this one was priced at 230 rupees. I don't really know how much quantity you get, because I tried to look at the box completely and I was like, where is the quantity mentioned? And I can't find it anywhere. So going to be using this on one side. This is how the applicator looks like. It is so similar to the ELF concealers and similar to like the Tarte Shape Tape concealer applicator. Nice and big. Creamy. So blending this concealer with a sponge. Blended out pretty well, but I think I just need a little bit more concealer because the sponge did absorb quite a bit of it. This time I'm trying to blend it with this brush. This is the Mars Cosmetics brush. They don't really have any name, but this pointed brush. Wow. I thought, the way it's so dense, this brush, I thought it wouldn't blend the concealer out really well and it wouldn't work for cream products, but it seems to work. And you can also use this to set powder underneath your eyes, which I'm not going to be doing today because I'm testing out this product. I want to see how it's going to last without powder. And then for this side, I'm going to be using this concealer palette in medium and taking... Okay, everything seems so olive toned. I'm quite skeptical which shade would match me. I'm going to try this shade. You see that, like how emollient it is. It's a little like too emollient, like too creamy and oily to the touch. All of it has a little bit of an olive undertone to it. So this time I'm going to be blending it with a brush that I have always been using. This is the PAC 073 brush. I like the finish of both, but I feel like this is like their pot concealers, their usual concealers in a liquid form, and the finish is exactly the same. And the concealer palette, again, really good natural finish. And usually these cream products like these pot concealers, you don't really have to set it. At least for me, like I don't really have to set it. The minute I set it, they get really cakey looking. And then for bronzing, I'm going to be taking this shade right here to bronze because this might be a little bit too dark for me right now. Like I can use that kind of a shade before I apply my foundation, but I don't want to take any chances. So I'm taking this shade. We'll see how that works as a bronzer. I'm just winging it at this moment, so not quite happy with the shade choice. It's a little too like yellow looking on my skin. So let me just try to fix that up. Let me try the other darker shade itself from the palette. That's too dark. This is why I was refraining from using it. Light touch of that darker shade would work for people of medium tan skin tones. So go about it with a very light hand. So right now let's move on quickly to blush. For blush, I'm going to be using the NY Base Skyline Sunset blush. This one is in the shade Coral Sunset and this retails for 230 rupees. This is the box that it comes in and this is what the actual blush looks like. It's tiny, but you get 5 grams of product, which is what you get in other blushes as well. It's just that the packaging is tiny. But in your Maybelline Cheeky Glow blush, you actually get 7 grams of product. So the size of the packaging actually doesn't determine the quantity you get. So anyways, taking it with this mass brush, it's perfect for blush, I feel like, and just taking it, tapping off all of that excess on the back of my hand, and it's a beautiful shade. Some of their popular shades were sold out when I wanted to pick it up, so I just picked up whatever I could get my hands on. Then once we're done with that, I'm going to be taking the NY Base Shine and Shimmer highlighter. This one is in the shade Gold Glow and this one is for 275 rupees and you get 5 grams of product. This is what the highlighter looks like. It's sort of like a gold, champagne gold shade. So taking it with this brush, tapping off the excess. It is quite powdery though. Okay, this brush is picking up a little too much highlighter than I would desire. Quickly taking a sponge and dabbing everything together in. Okay, the texture of this highlighter is a little powdery and sitting weirdly on top of my skin. So taking it with this Wet n Wild brush, which I always use. This doesn't pick up as much product, so of course you can tone this down a little bit with setting spray, but I didn't pick up any setting spray because they had the matte variant in stock and the dewy one was out of stock when I wanted to pick it up. Anyways, let's move on to the eyeshadow palette right now. For eyeshadow, I have this one right here. This one is the Mass Mesmerize eyeshadow palette and this one retails for 249 rupees. Such an affordable eyeshadow palette, and you get 16 eyeshadows in this, and this is what the color scheme of this eyeshadow palette looks like. This again was sent to me by the brand quite a while back and I'm just getting around to using it. So I'm going to be using it with this brush, which is nice and fluffy eyeshadow brush to apply my transition shade. So I'm going to be taking this shade for all over my crease. This is like a fluffy crease brush. Color is nice and pigmented. The brush is picking up just the right amount of product and it's just like dispersing it really well. Now for shimmer shade, I'm going to be taking this one, which I'm really intrigued with, this kind of like a mauvey taupe shade. Wow, it looks so beautiful. It's not like too like sparkly shimmery, but it's like subtle shimmer, and if you layer it on too much, it does kind of like clump up on your lids. So just apply a little bit and tap it out with your finger like that. And then for my outer corner, I'm going to be taking this shade in a brush like this. This is their tapered brush, and applying just towards my outer corner. So with that, we complete the eyes. I don't really have a new mascara, no new kajal to try out. Then we have lipstick. So for lipstick, I'm going to be using this Mass Matinee lipstick, and this one is in the shade Peaceful Pink. So this one is similar to their non-transfer butter lipstick as well. Like it goes on creamy and it settles down to a matte finish. It's quite long wearing. It can dry your lips out depending on how your lips are. But we have a lip gloss from NY Bay. So I'm going to be using this one. This one is their Gloss Getter lip gloss. This lip gloss is nice and pigmented on its own, and it's giving a beautiful like glossy sheen to my lips. So the time right now is 8:10. I started doing my makeup around 6:30. So I'm going to be letting this rest on my face for a bit. I have another video to film and I'll check back in and tell you guys my final take on the products, how it's wearing and everything. So see you guys then. Okay, I'm back and I just finished filming another video, so you'll see the same outfit in another video as well. Anyways, let's quickly get on to the primer and everything. Let's get on to the my thoughts about all of this. So firstly, for primer, the NY Bay Pro Primer, the orange color correction primer, I feel like it doesn't color correct as much, but it's okay. It does brighten your skin a little bit, but it's very pore filling and very nice. It just like instantly smoothens out your skin, and I really like it for the price. It's a really good primer, as well as the NY Bay Strobe cream. I feel like it's very similar to the MAC Strobe cream, and they've got it right. I mean, it doesn't really have large chunky shimmer particles, nothing that is visible on your skin. You might see tiny shimmers a little bit here and there, but it's not too much and nothing too intense. But also, it's not a very intense strobe cream, so it's very subtle, adds a very subtle glow. So if you had to use this on your bare skin on an everyday basis, you can do that. And then we have the NY Bay Liquid Foundation Dewy Drops. I really like how this foundation looks like on my skin. It looks really smooth. I like that, you know, affordable brands in India are coming up with really good products. Inside, I'm super impressed with their foundation, and this one again is really good. I feel like that one is a little bit more dewy, but this one is a little subtle but looks really nice and almost flawless looking on your skin. They have quite a good shade range as well, and really affordable product. But the only thing is that I'm not able to get the product out on my hand, and so I have to like literally dip a brush in and scoop out the product. It's a little thick in consistency, but it blends out really well with a sponge or a brush, so you can choose what you want to blend it with. I somehow preferred this sponge. It was really nice. It blended out the product really well. So it's a really nice product, really good foundation. I would recommend this for all skin types. I think it would work for all skin types, and yeah, I can't think of any skin type that can't pull this one off. And also, it doesn't really oxidize as much, so it looks exactly how I applied it on my skin, not emphasizing any texture, not clinging on to anything. And usually products will just like cake up on my forehead lines and around my smile line. It's not doing anything that other foundations don't really do. So it's just similar to all of the other foundations. There's a mild caking up around my mouth area, but apart from that, it just looks really nice and smooth. And also, coming to the foundation, if it transfers, it does transfer quite a bit, like onto my phone and everything. And even if you were to wear a mask, it does transfer quite a bit, but you can probably set it with powder, but I don't really mind it as long as it looks like this on the skin. And coming to flash photography, it doesn't really have any flashback, which is amazing. I am super impressed, you guys. Super impressed with this foundation. It looks like a very nice high-end product. So then next, let's move on to the concealer palette. This one is the Insight HD Concealer Palette. A really nice palette if you want to like conceal, correct, and also like contour your skin. So most of these shades do work for medium skin tone, but I feel like the undertones are a little bit off, like, you know, a little bit leaning towards olive undertones. So if you have like olive undertones in your skin, it would work a lot better. But it's not like it's not working for my skin as well. I'm so happy that it's not completely like neutral pale shades. So most of these work really well. You can of course mix and match as well. They're very creamy, so I wouldn't recommend this for people with oily skin. I feel like it would just move around and look a little bit too much on your skin, and so I would recommend this for people with normal to dry skin. Just that underneath the eyes, I feel like after a while, it's just starting to look a little like, you know, cakey. Just a little bit, a teeny tiny bit, nothing out of the blue. But yeah, it's nice and smooth, not settling onto the lines on my under eye area that much, not clinging on to anything. And like I mentioned, I don't really like to set this concealer, so it's lasting and it's pretty good. You can see that. And also the liquid concealer, I feel like it's a little bit more smoother than the cream concealer itself. It's really nice, very blendable, and you get quite a few shade options, not too much, but quite a few shade options. And this shade in MN20 matches me pretty well. I thought it was going to be extremely light, but it matches me pretty well, and I really like this concealer as well. So really good coverage, really good medium coverage, stays in place, doesn't crease as much, doesn't cake as much, and doesn't fade away really easily. And the price point is again amazing, so definitely do check this one out. And then we have the NY Bay blush, which is good if you have like sort of oily skin type. I feel like if you have very dry skin, it can cling on to your skin a little bit weirdly, especially if you have texture, and exaggerate it and make it look a little bit like cakey. So that's the texture of this blush, just similar to the Miss Claire blushes, like the square shaped blushes that you used to get back in the day. It's very similar to that. It's okay, but it's not my favorite. Like, it's not something that I would tell you guys to like just go and get it immediately, but it is affordable as well, so you can try it out. There's no harm in trying it out, but I just am looking at my skin really close and I'm a little bit picky with makeup, so it could have been a little bit more smoother on the skin. And so even the highlighter I feel like is quite similar to the blush, where the texture of it is a little bit dry, so again it's not very smooth looking on the skin, and if you have like bumps and anything, it will look a little too stark, so maybe skip on the highlighter. Coming to the eyeshadow palette, pretty good eyeshadow palette. Again, you get 16 shades and really affordable, so you can try it out. Coming to the gloss, it's good. It's not as sheeny as it was when I first initially applied it, and it's just fading away just like quite easily, but a really nice glossy product. Like, you know, it has pigmentation, it's comfortable, it's not drying my lips out, nothing of that sort. It's a really nice product to try out from this price range. Again, not like very plumpy juicy looking gloss, but like a very subtle creamy matte kind of a gloss which you can try out. It does transfer quite a bit onto your teeth. Like every single time you wear this, you have to check if it's on your teeth. Like I had to do that a couple of times, like is it on my teeth? And I have to, because I'm filming videos as well, so that's the only thing. And again, if you were to wear this underneath mask, it's going to transfer a lot. And then we're going to talk about the brushes, which I'm super impressed with these brushes, you guys. They are amazing for the price and definitely worth a try. Even though the MRP is something else, you can find this for a much lesser price on the Mars website as well as Amazon. I will link the Mars website down below, and you can shop with my discount code. You get 10% off, and it's an affiliate code, just letting you guys know. But I am super impressed with these brushes, and I don't think you have to miss out on them. That's pretty much it. With that, we complete the review portion of this, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am super impressed with all of the base products that I tried out. It is amazing, so I definitely recommend you guys to try it out as well. If you're looking for really affordable, good makeup products that are made in India, check them out. And I will leave everything in the description box below. So yeah, do let me know what you think about these products if you have tried them out in the comment section down below. And while you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
It's in the past, don't you worry, baby. I won't budge, won't judge, that's a promise, baby. Cause we could all use a lifeline, make it last a lifetime. Picture perfect scenes ain't the model, baby. Sliding down the runway, church on Sunday.